Hi, Zizaran here with some Path of Exile news. And today we're going to be going over the legacy of Phrecia, endgame specialization system. I haven't read anything yet, but I am already angry. As is a true custom for a Path of Exile player. No, I'm just kidding. And for those that are wondering, I haven't been putting out a ton of Path of Exile content right now. I've played a little bit over 700 hours of PoE2. Kind of not that much more to do. I might go back and do like everything explained or some speedrun practice. But you know, I'm sort of waiting for an update at this point. That's sort of all the hours that I really wanted to do. We are going to look over the legacy of Phrecia endgame specialization system. At the event will feature a new system for specializing in endgame content, replacing the existing Atlas passive skill tree. As you progress through the endgame, you'll find idols, which can be placed into the need tab on the map receptacle to modify your maps. Oh, that is not what I was expecting this was at all. I'm not gonna lie, whenever I saw in the teaser post, what is this? Do you know what I thought this was? I thought this was a map preparation tab. So that I would roll like 100 maps, and then I put in like 30 maps here, and then I can just like boop, 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 boop. And that sounded awesome. I was like, oh, I'm happy. That's so awesome. So I was already surprised that this is actually something I have to interact with. You have your inventory for that? Yeah, but that sounded nice. Magic idols can have up to 2 modifiers, and rare idols can have up to 4 modifiers, and there are unique idols for keystones. Idols are tradable, but they are not modifiable. Before even reading much of this, the problem for me is that the Atlas passive tree is already one of the best things about the game, and I love the way it is right now. Whereas this sounds like more RNG and tedium, which I personally think they are pushing too much RNG and tedium. This is a 1-month event. It's not like a 6-month league. So it's fine to try fun and weird things. So we'll see how it is. Ass cracks in your maps have a 3% chance to spawn all monsters as at least magic. Delirium in your maps increase 24% distance from the mirror. Maps which contain breaches have a 2% chance to contain 3 additional breaches. Your maps have a 33% chance to contain Einar. Are these a one-time use? No. Okay. They're perma. Then they're okay. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. My first impression, I was just like sitting in my head praying, like, please don't be one-time use. Please don't be one-time use. I am going to lose it. So they're like relics, but for maps. This is a pretty drastic change to how endgame will play, given the Atlas tree has been such a fundamental part of the endgame for so many, in many different formats and versions. One of the major changes is that it turns specialization into different leagues to be less deterministic because it relies on you finding items. On the other hand, it adds a layer of excitement to item drops in the endgame not previously there. I don't know if it does. I don't know that I agree with that, but okay. I'm willing to try. Okay. Fuck, I don't know if this is a crazy take, but this almost feels like, I know it's just a 1-month event, but this feels like, hey, would you guys like us to switch out the Atlas tree with this? Would you guys like less determinism in your games? Do ya? That's what it feels like to me. So that's a little bit scary because it does feel like they want less and less determinism in their games. That's what it feels like to me. I could be completely off base there, but I haven't really gotten to talk to them about that. Again, I could be completely wrong. I love being wrong. It's my favorite thing. I hope I am. I like determinism. Or that's not necessarily true because I love RNG too, but this is not where I like my RNG, right? There's a time and a place for it. This allows you to have an infinite number of different endgame loadouts for content. No more respecking your tree at all. Now just take out the idols you don't want and put in the ones you do. You'll probably end up with a set of idols for each league. That sounds really tedious. Again, and this is for Path of Exile 1. Again, it is a fun thing to test, I guess. Like, it is a 1-month league. I'm definitely overthinking it, but I don't feel like I'm overthinking it without reason. Being able to juice content more than on the current Atlas tree sounds fun to me. Yeah, I'm over worrying. I'm over worrying because of what they said on the podcast and how they want less determinism. That's why I'm doing it. Completely honest, that's why I'm over worrying. I'm very worried that they want less and less determinism. With the Atlas tree, you can only get so much of a given stat because that's how much we put on the tree, but with this system, you can get a lot more of certain things, pushing limits and boundaries further than ever. For example, if you want to have all essences on monsters be at the highest possible tier, oh, that sounds fun, or a much higher number of blueprints you find to be fully revealed. At least one essence at the highest possible tier, and these you can have infinite of. 53% chance containing Legion. That's quite a lot of chance for one idol. Is this a 1x1? Or is it a 2x2? It's a little unclear. Given that this is an opportunity for us to let you play with more development concepts, you can rest assured you'll find a bunch of broken outcomes in true Path of Exile fashion. Full disclosure, due to these features being experimental, we haven't done the layers of quality of life that we would normally try to accompany it. For example, you would want different inventories for different leagues or loadouts, but instead during this event you will simply have to do the inventory management yourself. Based on the popularity of the system, we can add more of these features in the future to streamline it to minimize item micromanagement. What do you mean? It's a 1-month event. What do you mean the future? What do you mean? Given that the players afterwards will likely want to experiment with the ascendancy classes or alternative endgame mechanic, individually we'll be adding both of these as privately options. Ooh, that's what they mean. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's awesome. This would be really cool as a... Oh, that's so cool. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Again, I know I'm worrying a lot. I know I'm worrying a lot. I'm sorry. I'm trying. I'm not a doomer. I'm really excited about PoE 1 and PoE 2. I'm somewhere in between, but I understand the doomers. That's awesome though. This is really cool. That being said, I actually liked PoE 2. I just want both games to stay very different. I would like to see PoE 2 be more different. I like RNG, but not on that, right? There are aspects of the game where I'm like, I really need and want determinism here. I want to have steady progression that I'm working towards, that I'm always knowing that I can target or work towards. That's what I know that I like. But that being said, so I would love PoE 1 to stay that way, and they can experiment and do whatever they want with PoE 2. And then hopefully at some point within the next year, they get both games to the point where we can have a league in both every 2 or 3 months. That's like my dream. It sounds exciting though. I am excited for this. I'm definitely going to play. I'm looking forward to it. I'm also a little concerned. You can be both, right? We'll be posting full details and more ascendancies. We could go over the ascendancies too. I've already looked at them. This is the most exciting one to me. It's basically a full Val class. It's all about like Val skill gems, reduced soul cost per use. That's the Zimbabwe keystone that gives +5 max stress, I think. And then yeah, reduce soul gain prevention. So it's all about using Val skills. It looks really exciting. I like it a lot. Just doing like a brief overview of them. And this one like rewarding you for Val items and for good gear because you need to deal with the minus resist. Very cool ascendancy. Have I seen this? Oh, this is very cool. I'm a little bit worried about how good the Ray Spiders will be. Normally you only have a level 1 Ray Spiders, but you get to 7 link it with the Squire. Here you get level 20. It could be super powerful, but we don't get to link it. Aspect of Spider should be pretty strong at level 30. Looks decent. It should be a pretty exciting one. Penance Mark, very fun. And then the Harbinger one. This one's kind of mid for me. It's not that exciting. Because if I remember right, all the Harbinger summons, they are semi-permanent buffs. Like they alternate, right? They're not permanent. Probably you can get it permanent with these other nodes. Ben thinks you can get it permanent. Yeah, maybe if you can get it permanent, it's worth it. But either way, I'm not as excited about the Harbinger. It might be good though. The least excited for is the Gambler, because the critical strike chance is lucky. Like I feel like it's already very easy to get crit capped in PoE 1. And then damage with hits is unlucky is bad. It's basically you can't use any lightning ability. And it's just bad. Both heads and tails are sort of uninteresting to me. So that's 3 ascendancies already out. Growing Accumulator. This would be good, but then they put deals 25% less damage on it. And then it's like, yeah, it's more damage. But what is it? Is it like 20% more damage? 18? 15? I can't math. But it's not as exciting. This one is really good. Risky version is really good. That's huge. Risky exploit. Not a huge fan of that as a hardcore player. Reverse odds is okay. This one's good. Overly confident is really good, but I don't really care. Not very excited about the duelist. But either way, I am very excited for the event. I am going to be playing it. Like I said, very excited. PoE 1 is really awesome. I really like the current state of the game. It needs changes, obviously, but it always does. As for dates, like when it will release, I think the absolute earliest it could release is 21st. I don't think there's any chance it'll come the 14th, because then they would have announced it already. I think 28th is more likely. 28th is the most likely, and then that's going to last a month. So let's say that it lasts to either 21st or 28th of March. And then in early April, so either the 4th or 11th, we are going to have a PoE 2 update. 21st, in my opinion. I don't know, but those are pretty solid guesses, I think. I'm 90% leaning towards hardcore solo self-fun in the PoE 1 event. It does look like a pretty good time to play trade, though. It does depend a little bit on what other streamers are doing, because whenever all the streamers make a push to play hardcore trade, then hardcore trade is very lively and fun. So I like that. So if a lot of them are thinking about playing hardcore trade, I might consider it, but I already played hardcore trade last league anyway. And I'm kind of fiending for SSF after playing PoE 2 SSF, just because SSF in PoE 2 wasn't as enjoyable, because a lot of it was just like, okay, we'll just grind 8 days straight and hope you get something. Whereas PoE 1 has so enjoyable target farming. So I could see myself focusing on SSF in PoE 1 and trade in PoE 2. There's a lot of downsides to trade as a streamer, though. Good that they're doing something. I'm glad we're getting a PoE 1 event. It would have been sad if it was like 11 months or whatever until the next PoE 1 event. So hopefully we'll get it sooner rather than later. But either way, thanks for watching. Sub if you liked the video, but more importantly, try to die less than I do.